Something I've noticed recently, and it was a conversation with a friend that brought this up. Now, this friend was one of the guys that encouraged me early on my dating journey. I came out of my divorce, I was struggling, and funny enough, he had a very high level of skill at a certain point in time. And over the years, his skills actually declined, or his perception of his ability has declined. And he told me in confidence, he said, I feel like maybe I've lost it. And what I've noticed is, because I do work in the fitness space as well, I coach guys with getting buff. And what I've noticed is that when someone completes a fitness journey, for the first time they do the transformation, they might get themselves into really good shape, and then they go back to their old habits. Maybe they gain a little bit of weight, and they try and get in shape again, and it's always much harder. And one of the realizations that I've had is that the mind romanticizes what the journey took the first time round. It only remembers the high of the journey. It only remembers the time when you were having a peak experience, when you pull your first 8 out of 10 girl, or you got that girl home, or saw your abs for the first time. It remembers the peak experience, and then remembers the journey as being a journey that was not a difficult one. What it doesn't remember is, it doesn't remember the first time you do something like this, the identity level fear that you go through, the existential self-doubt, the pushing through emotional pain, the cognitive challenge of learning new habits and behaviors, the challenge of being a beginner, the humbling challenge of being a beginner again at something. So then when we go to reinstate the new habit, perhaps we've just come out of a relationship and we want to start dating again, and we go, damn, I was better at this before. We only remember the peak experience. We don't remember what we went through. So the key is not to expect it to be easy. Never expect it to be easy. In boxing, they say, even if you're the champion, you got to train like the challenger. And it's the same when it comes to your chatting up women and being socially fluent. No matter how your brain remembers it last time, apparently 20% of memory recall is factually inaccurate. So what that means is, no matter how good your memory is, stuff in the past, you will not recall it right 20% of the time based on the average person. Your brain remembers peak experiences as the experience, and that's not correct. There was a whole volume of emotions that you went through. Always expect the journey to be challenging. And if you don't, and you're shocked by that, there's almost a level of entitlement. You expect it to be easier. Why isn't it easier? That's entitlement. You think you're entitled to an easier ride. The journey always comes with work, fellas. Like, comment, subscribe.